Just feeling the itch to buy something, I guess. Big floppy ass paperbacks. Oh, so good. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' books. I used to drink energy drinks like 2 a day minimum back in like college. And then I got out of the habit and I've been drinking these like high caffeine, like sparkling tea that are in a can. The brand is Zest Tea, if you're curious. I love the pomegranate mint flavor. Oh my God, it's my favorite. They have you can buy like a sampler like box first, and now I have a subscription and I get 3 cases a month, but I'm out right now and I'm not getting the next delivery for a few days, so I got a Monster. Sugar-free, but you know, it's still just, it's different than the tea. Yeah, so I have some new books. You know, what's fucking new, right? All right, so yeah, let's look at some of the new books I got. The first one I'm actually currently reading. I reread the first book in this series. I listened to it on audio recently, and then I got my pre-ordered copy of The Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri. And yeah, I love this cover. It's so pretty. I think it's so great. And God, I love these freaking Orbit, like, big floppy ass paperbacks. Oh, so good. I'm not super far into it, but I am loving it. As I suspected, it's because the Jasmine Throne is like a little slower to start for sure. Like there's not a lot of like action. And I did struggle on my first read of the Jasmine Throne, but then by the end of it, I was ready for book 2. I was hooked. I was like, okay, it's just very much like setup. And it's not bad by any means. It's really good. I rated it higher on the reread because, of course, it's a different experience, a different reading experience. But yeah, as I suspected, this one is picking up and there's a lot more going on. But there's new characters and they're great. And our previous characters we were following are still here, and what's going on with them is it's so interesting. So anyways, yeah, got this. Yay. And then I have 2 books that were sent to me, and the author was like, you don't have to do that. Like, absolutely not. I just wanted you to have them. But I wanted to share because these covers are beautiful too. I really like them. They're new covers I've only read the first book, and I didn't love it, but I didn't dislike it. I wasn't like mad at it. I didn't hate it or anything like that. It was just young adult, and you all know I'm just kind of struggling with young adult lately, where it's very, very hit or miss. But at any rate, the books are The Magic of the Realm, book 1 by Kimberly Marafino, and then book 2 is The Evil Within. And I just really like these covers, these redone covers. The previous title was Return to Kilumar. I could never pronounce it. Kilumar. But yeah, so thank you very much, Kimberly, for sending these to me. I really do like these covers. And then I don't know what struck me. I was at Target, you know, wandering around at Target as one does, just feeling the itch to buy something, I guess. And I went to the book section and I finally picked this book up. I've eyeballed it a few times. I didn't realize it had won all these awards. I think it is young adult too, though. But Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. So yeah, I really like this cover, other than, you know, all the permanent, like on the cover, like these aren't stickers, they're permanent things. You know what I'm saying? The back of it, there's like a quote from the book, I think. It says, "That book, it was about 2 women and they fell in love with each other. And then Lily asked the question that had taken root in her, that was even now unfurling its leaves and demanding to be shown the sun. Have you ever heard of such a thing?" Lily, who can't remember exactly when the question took root, but the answer was clear the moment she and Kath Miller walked under the neon sign of a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club. America in 1954 is not a safe place for 2 girls to fall in love. Red Scare paranoia threatens everyone, including Chinese Americans like Lily. With deportation looming over her father, Lily and Kath risk everything for love. Sounds precious, I guess, but also maybe heart-wrenching. And this blurb says, "This book is for anyone who has ever loved in any sense of the word." Historical, queer, here for it. A lot of people have said it's really good, apparently. We shall see how I feel. And then the ever lovely Robin over at Robin Reads was so very kind to send me a couple of books. Robin's birthday is right around, sort of, right? It's a couple weeks, I think. But I think, God, correct me if I'm wrong, Robin. But we are the same age, we realized. And I was like, wait, what? You're 36 too? Oh my God, I definitely would not have thought that. But she got me All the Single Ladies by Rebecca Traister. Unmarried Women and the Rise of an Independent Nation. It's nonfiction that has been on my radar for a minute. And the other one that she sent me is Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I have had this on my radar since Elle was like, Shauna, I feel like you'll really like it. She's loved this and has been talking about it. But yeah, she was like, I really think you'll like the writing style. And look at these like end pages. How like creepy and atmospheric and cool is that? Is the back the same? Yeah, okay, it is. God, I'm like falling apart. Hello? Oh, look, and I didn't even notice that. Fun. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this. And then I did get a couple of, what am I trying to say? Like ebooks, audiobooks, I believe. Oh, I'm stupid. I got another physical book. This one I saw, so Bree and Brandy both were talking about this, and I'll have the people I'm talking about linked below, obviously. But yeah, they were talking about this as, I think it was Brandy that I first saw, and she described it as, like, if you like the Vampire Diaries and the originals, that you'll like this, and it's like an adult version. I was like, bitch, sign me up. So I went and bought it. The EOS Key, Winter Blood Book 1 by D.M. Lurie. And this is a fun cover too. It says, after a failed attempt to end her life, Alia Carter leaves her childhood home to become a waitress in the state's most prominent hotel. Traumatized after her mother's death, she silently grapples with her pain until she saves the life of a mysterious man who reveals to her a world of true magic and terrifying wonder. Eric Winter is a vampire ward sworn to protect the creatures of the city. After centuries of heartache and loneliness, he's finally ready to end his existence. When fate brings them together, Alia is irresistibly drawn into Eric's world, where witches and vampires are more than childish bedtime stories. Together, they discover she too has an incredible power running through her veins, a power so rare every creature in the city will kill to get their share of it. Will Alia allow Eric into her life and into her heart? Will Eric be able to defy destiny and keep those he loves safe? And maybe it's Alia. I was saying Alia, but it could be Alia. At any rate, yeah, I don't know. Fingers crossed. Hope I like it. Self-published, I do believe. Yeah, pretty sure. Or indie published at any rate. It's hard to tell sometimes if it's like indie published or self-published. Oh, wow, that's really cool. There's like content warnings, and then one of the content warnings is for suicide, cutting, and self-harm, and then like depression and anxiety. And then there's resources for like if you need help with those things. That's really cool to have. At any rate, yeah, hopefully this is some vampire romance shit that just does it for me. They both love it, so fingers crossed I do too. Oh, and then I got the, I think, 8th book. Yeah, the 8th book finally. I think I'd said that I ordered it, but I got it. Rotten to the Core by T.E. Kinsey, a Lady Hardcastle mystery. Very excited. And book 9 comes out in just a couple months. And then, yes, I did also get Diabolical Sword on ebook. Was that a Kindle Unlimited? Let me see. No, not a Kindle Unlimited. And someone recommended this, or someone was talking about it. I think someone in my comments. Who was it? Somebody recommended this to me in the comments. I'm stupid. Yeah, it's a Charm Collector series. It's by Melissa Erin Jackson. And the little synopsis here says, my name is Harlow Fletcher, and I'm a charm collector. As the daughter of bounty hunters, I know more about the criminal underbelly than the average citizen of Luma, California. But when my dad's work got him killed and my mom skipped town, I swore off the profession for myself. Instead, I fell into the lucrative gig of freelance charm collecting. I have a knack for finding rare artifacts, namely illegal magic-laced weapons, and I use that skill to sneak into criminals' homes after the police have carted them off for their latest infractions. Once I've helped myself to the contraband, I sell it to the highest bidder. While looting my latest victim, a gorgeous sword catches my eye. I regret my decision to steal the sword within minutes. The weapon is alive. It's lightning quick, has an anger management problem, and refuses to leave me alone. When the sword takes off one day, I think it's finally out of my life for good. Yet, in less than 24 hours, the police are at my door, accusing me of murder. While I'm in the middle of explaining that I didn't commit the crime, the diabolical sword floats into my apartment, covered in blood. Now we're on the run with bounty hunters and government-trained feline shifters hot on our trail. Proving my innocence is going to be a lot harder with the sentient murder weapon by my side, especially when I might be next on its hit list. Sounds like a fucking fun time. Sentient sword, like, yeah, sounds fun. So, again, fingers crossed I like it. Thanks for the rec, whoever recommended it. I cannot remember because that's like a life. And then I got an audiobook I think I got it on, did I get it? I think I might have gotten it on Libro FM actually, but like bought it outside of my credits I had available. I bought a new credit, and it was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette Mccurdy. Nonfiction, memoir. Probably everybody who's on Bookternet has seen or heard of this, I would imagine. I've just heard nothing but good things about it. Obviously, it's heavier topics because she's talking about her experience with abuse from her mother and various other very difficult things going on as a child actor. So, yeah, I'm excited to get to it because I've just, like I said, heard nothing but good things about it. But I don't know when I'll get to it because it sounds like a lot, probably. And that is all, I do believe. I did have a couple of unhauls that I guess I can discuss. And, I have them. I still have the physical books, but they're like out there and in bags, and I don't feel like going to get them. So I'm just gonna tell you, and I'll pop it on the screen. Even though editing Deshauna always hates filming Deshauna for doing that, recording Deshauna. But the first one is The Innocent by Ian Mcewen. I might have mentioned this one before, that it was one I DNF'd semi-recently, and I own a bunch of Ian Mcewen, but I'm not going to keep a book I DNF'd. I don't care that much to keep it, to have like the complete collection. I only want to keep ones that I actually liked. So while I have loved other Ian Mcewens, that one was a huge miss, so it's out. And then one that just was on my shelves, unread, but just no longer calling to me, and it was one where I kind of picked it up on a whim and wasn't really sure why. Saint Olivia by Jacqueline Carey. It's someone I remember too commented saying something about not really loving it for XYZ reason, and I was like, yeah, never mind. And then 2 books, book 1 and 2 of a trilogy, I think it's gonna be, but these are the only ones out right now. Gilded Ones and Merciless Ones by Ninmina Forna. I quite enjoyed Gilded Ones. I didn't love it, but I liked it enough, and I pre-ordered both of these. And then Merciless Ones I DNF'd. It just wasn't working for me, but they're practically new copies, so hopefully someone will pick them up and find absolute joy in having them and reading them. So, yeah, there we go. If you've read any of these, have any thoughts, feel free to share them. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined and have not already. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.